I'm Charlotte from AGK Norwich. Welcome to my garden. Today I'm going to be potting up one of my courgette plants, so join me outside for a little bit of garden therapy. Okay. Good boy. Okay. Are you going to help? Yeah? Are you helping? That's a good boy. So what you can see here is a greyhound who decided he wanted to be in the video. This is my courgette plant. This is a variety called Midnight. I've not actually tried it before, so it'll be a bit of an adventure to see what happens. But it's meant to be good for pots, which is ideal for my garden because I only have a patio. I don't have any space to put anything in the ground. So really, really good for that. This plant has been going in and out during the day and at night for about 2 weeks now, so he's hardened off to the outside. So he's really ready to go outside. I don't have room inside now to keep putting plants in. So it is just a little bit too early to be putting courgettes outside. Our last expected frost is middle of May, but I'll speak a little bit more about that later and how you can protect against frost. Let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to be planting my courgette in this big builder's trug. This is a 40-litre trug. Now you might think that's slightly overkill for one plant, and it is right now, but trust me, by the end of the summer this plant will be enormous. I made the mistake last year of growing 6 courgette plants. Bear in mind it's just me and my husband. 6 courgette plants, 2 in each of these trugs, and they just completely took over the garden. I couldn't move, and we were eating courgettes with every single meal. So I've learnt my lesson, and this year I'm just going to grow 2 courgette plants, and they're going to have their own pot. It's also really important to check, because these don't come with holes traditionally. Make sure that you've popped a couple of holes in the bottom for drainage. That's really important. Okay, so I've filled my trug with all this lovely compost. Oh la la. Here we go, we're going to give him his new home for the summer. So I'm just going to dig a little hole already right in the middle of the pot. And just check underneath. If the roots are starting to grow through the bottom, you'll just need to loosen them so you can get them out of the pot easily. And then just give a little squeeze and be extra gentle as you get the plant out of the pot. Come on. There we are. We're getting there. Look at all those beautiful roots. Lovely. So as much as possible I'm keeping the original sort of root ball undisturbed, so I can just pop him in there nice and gently. So then I can just firm the soil around him, keep him nice and steady. Lovely, 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 lovely. Super duper. So that's him in his new house. Fabulous. So it's really important with courgettes that you try and avoid watering in this crown here in the middle and also on top of the leaves, because you want to avoid something called powdery mildew. It's like a grey powder that will cover the leaves and it will reduce its productivity, or it might even kill the plant. And the other thing that causes powdery mildew is irregular watering. So it's really important that your water is sustained, it's consistent, and it's also towards the roots of the plant rather than from on top. So I'll show you how we're going to do that. Okay, so this first water, I will just try and get the water as much as possible under the leaves and avoid spilling in the crown. This helps to settle the plant in and to get rid of any air pockets in the soil and give him the best chance of settling into his new house. Okay, so here I have yet another squash bottle, more recycling. And I've chopped the top off, or sorry, the bottom, and I've taken the lid off, and I've just popped a couple of extra holes around this end. Now what I'm going to do is dig a hole and bury that in the pot. So I've left it maybe an inch or so at the top, just so the mud doesn't get in. So what that does is I can water like so, and the water will be released slowly and directly to the roots of the plant rather than watering on top. In the summer, if it's particularly hot and the soil dries out, then sometimes the tendency is for water just to sit on top or slide down the sides. This prevents that because it goes directly to the wet soil underneath. So I mentioned earlier it's a little bit too early to be planting outside because we are still within the window of the last expected frost in middle of May. So what I'm going to do is protect him overnight. I don't have a cloche big enough for him, so I'm going to use my duck bucket. And overnight, or if we're expecting, you know, particularly heavy rain or stormy weather, I'll just pop the bucket over the top, and that will just give him a bit of protection from the frost and also a little bit of extra protection against slugs. If we are expecting a particularly sharp frost, the advantage of planting in these trugs means that I can just move him indoors overnight and eliminate that risk altogether. So there we are. So that's my courgette plant ready to go. I'll keep you updated on his progress. I hope you're staying safe and well at home, and I'll see you soon.